here and share screen. You can see my screen.
Now, yes.
Okay, just give me a second. I have this. This something. Um, can you see it now?
Yes, we can.
In full screen. Okay. Good morning, everyone, and today my name is Ian Alejandro Garcia Morales, and today I'm going to show you a little part of what is my country, Guatemala. So let's get started. So first thing I would like to talk about what is the origin of the name of Guatemala, because here in my country have something that is Nahuatl, and it's a native idiom, and this word Guatemala in this Nahuatl means the next, the place of forest or many trees. Okay, for get a little bit introduction really fast, I would like can you know where it's located. So I have Google Earth, a second, and here. Okay, as you can see, let's go to the next page. As you can see, Guatemala is located in the continent of America, but if we are going to see more specific, it's located in the region of Central America. And what is Central America? Central America is basically that piece of earth that is between North America in Mexico and South America in with Colombia. So it's like a little bridge. Sorry if I need to read now, but it's from give more geographic information. So the country of Guatemala limits with Mexico in the northwest. Belize, I don't know if you know that Belize has that country that have relationships with United Kingdom, so that's a good date for get ubicated, located, and Belize in the east, like you see here in the map, and with Honduras and El Salvador in the southeast. So with that we end with the geography and let's get started with the basic information and well, it's interesting. His surface is around of 108.888 square kilometers. It's a little big, but when you try to compare with other countries, Guatemala is really small. It's really small, and for that I will have to do all this of the geography. So okay, actually, the population of the country is around of 19 millions. Then is growing with every year. And our official language is the Spanish. But something that is really important and is part from our culture are the 22 Mayan language that are something that is very related with our story. Because as you know, Guatemala and that part of Mexico in the story was the home of the citizens of the Mayas, one of the most important cities in the prehistory. So well, we for that we have that legacy in this kind of language and idioms, and a part of the Maya, we have too the language of the Xinca and Garifuna. So we basically country that is multilingual, and our principal religion is the Catholic. Let's continue. The currency. This is something that I want really to talk about. Um, our money, our money is based on as many other people, as many other countries. We have print the face of some most important presidents, some presidents that make really important change in what is our country. As you can see, we have our money is called quetzal. It's around of this we have because it's our national beer, the quetzal. It's called our beer, so our money is called quetzal. And we just don't have one quetzal. We have one, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, and if you sketch really good, you could see even 200 quetzales. And this one up here, right down here in the middle of the presentation, this is something that I have learned from my grandma, and I really want to add it. The ticket of 0.5 ticket sales is something that is really strange and have or another symbol. This is a symbol patriot, the Kunuman. It's a person, it's a Maya idol. Okay, so how is going on the currency and the economy? For getting more simple, I would like to try to compare with the dollar, and it's the most important and probably the most median money in the world. So we are going to compare with the $1. So here in Guatemala, if you had $1, you will have 7.87 quetzales. That's the change in
But that's
this.
good.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's
I
good.
mean, your economy is strong. It's
It's
good.
gone. I say compared with other economy from another countries, our economy is really good, and it have even more sense when we have in count and Guatemala exports a lot of things, principal food. But I would like to give that for more later. I will talk about more later. Okay, so let's continue with the laws. I'm gonna to be try to be really simple. Then even if this look very much information is the basic from the basic, because believe me, the laws in here are really extensive. So Guatemala is governed by the political constitution of Guatemala. It's the supremacy. It's the most important kind of laws, and it's really large. So in here I select the first 5 articles. Then, for my opinion, are which one englobes all these kind of laws. So the first and the two are really similar because talks about in a resume talks about the dignity, the protections, and how the state has that obligation of giving freedom, justice, security, and peace to the persons that lives in this country. Okay, the article number 3 is talking about the rights. So we are talking about the right to the life, and this we can resume and that in Guatemala the abort is illegal. So a woman can't abort in Guatemala. It's illegal. For that is the right to the life to protect the new people that is going to born. So the article number 4 and the number 5 always are something related because they talk about the freedom, equality, and the leeway. Because we are talking about the equality because men and women have equality against the law and equality to the responsibilities and the rights. And mainly in the leeway, in the article number 5, we are talking about that every person have the freedom of do whatever they want and can express their opinions every time, every single time, and that things that they do didn't break the law. So is this didn't do something that isn't problem by the law. Um, you can have liberty, you can have freedom, but you have to stay in that mark that the law is permitted. Okay, and these are something interesting days that I have found from my country. So in here, the law against femicide is really strong. It's really strong because this law is made from protect the women from all the actions that have passed in the past, from protect the woman from any kind of violence. It will be physical, mental, even economic violence, and the violation of the rights. It's something really interesting because, well, we have a story with all these kind of rights of the women. So in Guatemala, we have our rights from the women, and they are strong and they are very specific. So another curiosity, in here in Guatemala, the death penalty still existing, but is abolished. It's something strange because the law isn't there, the death penalty is still existing, but we can say that it's out of working. We say we didn't kill anyone for the crime. And with that information, we can say that Guatemala is the country number 142 in eliminating, because for at least for I, this is a worst kind of inhumanity than could do in the world. But okay, let's continue with our politicals. Well, this has a really good story behind because in here in Guatemala we have a lot of this history when we want to refer with the politics. But well, what's what is going on with this? For example, in here in Guatemala, in totally we have a really small amount of presidents, just 74 presidents in all these years. But okay, this man of here, Benicio Cerezo, is a really important person because before of he entered the power, Guatemala has a lot of fights and a lot of governments based on the military and the fear. Has a lot of revolution and fights for could get the freedom to the population, for the inhabitants, for the people could get freedom. And with this man of here, we start with the return of the democracy to our beautiful country. After all fights, after all the losing that we have to pass, with this man, the democracy returns, and very luckily, is still until the date of today with Fernando Arevalo that really has won the elections in this year. This year, then has in August, the month of August was the elections to select this man like our new president, and let's wait. Then it's continue with the democracy. Okay, give me a second. And right down. Okay, and now we can start to talk about the tourist place. First, I think that this is the most meeting from all the tourist place that I have, the national park of Tikal. As I have thought before, we have some of the ruins that the civilization of the Mayas have left about. So this one of here is one of the most important ruins and probably the most famous ruin that you will find. It's something like, well, first and nothing, is declared the legacy of the world by UNESCO. So you know how all is recovered to make that. It's something that involves the culture, the social, the politic, the history of our country is something really important for us and is something really beautiful that you could see if you want to know more about the story of the persons that have been before us. And this one of here, this image is not only with the one, because if you visit the park, it's a full park full of ruins. It's not just this one. This is the most famous, but you probably will find more ruins if you visit the park. It's in Petén if you want to know. It's in the department of Petén, and it's really important for us. Okay, next is Playa Blanca. This actually, the tourist destination is in the department of Izabal. So what happened with this? This the most important thing can have is the white sand and have the location and the beautiful seas that you could have because I just in the image and it's really beautiful. You can see the sea, you can see the trees, and something important in here is that it's completely natural. It's nothing making about the man and the more from the most small things because it's not allowed to construction, not any big construction you wouldn't find. You wouldn't find any kind of hotels or restaurants, so it's a sanctuary of the nature in this case. Okay, and now we are going to Monterrico, to the freedom of turtles. This is something really beautiful, and I want to see you.
I want to show you.
I want to show you. Sorry. Okay, a little bit time from relaxing is really good from the seas, and as you see, this happens in Monterrico, and now the last time that the inhabitants, the person from Monterrico do this was in September. Unfortunately, luckily, I was up there for that moment. I didn't have any video, but unfortunately I found this class of videos where you see the turtles and it's relaxing. It's relaxing for the seas. Okay, and now we are going to Lago de Amatitlán. Okay, this is another of the big ones because it's the deepest lake in Central America. That's a really big affirmations because as you see, this is really beautiful. It's just beautiful. You can do any kind of activities related with the water. You have the ships for can travel around all these biggest piece of lake because this is really big. When you see it, one thing is seen in an image, and another thing really different is when you see it because you see the great magnification and the great size that have this kind of country. And it's something that you can really think because Guatemala, in comparison with other country, is really small, but have this class of tourist sites, and you see how big it is, and well, that is the better attempt that I have to show you how beautiful could be this. But okay, another beautiful that I have sketched and that I have visited is Semuc Champagne, that is in Alta Verapaz, another of the departments from Guatemala. And well, it's like an oasis. We are not going to lie. It's like an oasis full of vegetation, life, and water. Literally, the water, something that you can recognize very much is that the water is basically krill and crystals. It's like crystal in the water. You see that than you can find in anywhere else because it's the pure nature from the water. You didn't say all the chemicals that sometimes we could see in the water or that dirty water that are in other parts from the citizens or in the towns. But when you see this, you see the nature in life. You see the nature in life, and the water is that are around of 6, 7 pools that you can swim. So you could see the water that is crystalline, and you can swim in that. That's really beautiful. But okay, now this is another from the big ones. This is another that I really like, and unfortunately I have visited a lot of times Antigua, Guatemala, because it's like a travel. It's like a travel to the past when you see all the colonial city, when you see all this class of infrastructure because you didn't see in anywhere else because basically the structure is from the past, very several years in the past because the streets are pavimented. The streets are made from stone. That's little piece of the stones in all the street. You could see it, and well, the typical kind of barracks in the houses. And something really important of Antigua, we say like this for abbreviate Antigua. Something really important is that from that place you see a lot of professions. You see this kind of activity of religion as you see in the image, and you could see these beautiful things of the people do. This is just not, it's not an image, it's not something that is printed, it's literally what the people do with a lot of materials that they have a lot of
I,
hours. Oh,
I'm sorry to stop you, but because to be honest, it's a good presentation so far, but it's really taking a long time, and I
oh
need to
sorry,
give a chance to others
oh
too. So
sorry,
if
sorry.
you can
Okay,
wrap
so
it up, please.
Okay, so I'm going to be fast. We have Guatemala City, that is the city where I born, and is the capital from Guatemala. You have the palace, the national palace. Okay, and finally, I would like to show you the gastronomy. Then we have a lot of delicious dishes. Then we have the mole, for example, that is with, it's a fruit similar to the banana. We have the tostadas, that is my favorite, and we have the tamal, that is the classic from all the Guatemala. Okay, we have tapado garifuna, and it's from one of the cultures that we have in Guatemala, and it's based to fishes. We have guacon, and it's with chicken, and we have caquic, with this turkey and with a delicious sauce. We usually used to eat with tamales. Okay, the traditional clothes. And even for the end of bird, the traditional clothes change very much between every region because it's not the same in every region. As you see, we have the Garifuna clothes, we have the quiche, and we have from Coban. They are really different, but they are same as beautiful. Okay, so we have the patriotic symbols. We have the marimba, Luna Shilahu. It's a song from marimba. Okay, so that is our symbol. We have the national tree, that is the ceiba, that represents the strong and the peace. We have the national flower, that is called Monja Blanca, that at same represent the peace and all the raising with the white color. We have our national flag, that is beautiful, as you see, and represents our liberty. We have the national shield, that at same of the national flag represents the strength, the justice, the victory from the liberty and the independence of our country. And same we have the national beer, that is Quetzal, and we are talking about the national beer. This is the Quetzal. This is the Quetzal. and that's have a clip that I have picked up from an event and I have assist. And thanks you very much. Sorry for have extended a lot in this presentation, but thanks you very much for hearing me.
Thank you, Ian. No problem. It's the first time you do a presentation with us. I really appreciate your hard work. I can see that you really prepared so much. I really like that you were reading and at the same time you were explaining more than reading from the slides. The cover page was nice, but you write septiembre. No, it's September. You shouldn't write any Spanish when it
I
comes to
I don't know
things.
if I accidentally from the internet because I am
No
very sure
problem.
I okay.
And you said something here like Guatemala, his name is, and you started explaining. No, Guatemala, its name because it's a country, so you say it, okay?
It
And there's
it
some parts in the bullet points you didn't put full stops, which is no problem. And there's one part with, again, you did it the same thing. It's WHIT now. It's WITH.
I thought that is
Overall,
a grammar.
no
Okay.
problem. Overall, I can give you 7.5 for now from 10. And I like the shorter, the better. And try to make it like a bit summarized and more like the law. Okay, I appreciate that. If you made it like bullet point, just one sentence is better than explaining a lot something. But you did great job.
Okay, thanks you very
Thank
much,
you for
teacher.
that.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And you're welcome.